Dynamic Renamer helps you quickly and easily rename files in bulk by building your own naming template. You can manually add text or pull details directly from the files themselves. In this video, I'll show you exactly how it works. You'll find timestamps below in case you want to skip to a specific section. We'll start with a quick overview of the user interface to show you how easy it is to use. Then we'll rename multiple files, including images, emails, and standard documents. You'll see how to reduce image sizes, and we'll also cover some additional features that make the tool even more useful. At the top, you'll see the field where you define your custom naming format. Anything inside curly brackets is a placeholder that gets replaced with data pulled directly from a file. I'll show you how that works in a second. The Clear button simply clears this field. These buttons down here let you quickly insert placeholders without typing them out manually. Each tab gives you different options depending on the file type you're working with. The separator buttons help you add common separators like dashes, spaces, or dots to your file name without having to type them. This section is where you drag and drop files or folders. You'll see the original file name, the new name, file size, last modified, and location. At the bottom, you'll see the total number of files, how many are left to rename, and how many have already been renamed. You can also enable backups by checking this box. The Clear button removes all files from a list. Preview lets you see the new file name before actually renaming the file. Rename applies the new names to your files. When renaming or previewing, the file being processed will be highlighted in blue. If a file cannot be renamed, it will be highlighted in pink. To rename files, drag and drop a folder into the tool. The folder can contain different file types. You can also use the File menu to open folders or files, but dragging and dropping is faster and more convenient. Here we have a Word document, an image, and an email from Outlook. Let's say we want to add an incrementing number to the start of each file name. Click the Increment button to insert it, then press the period key to add a dot. Add a space using the Space button, and then insert the current file name. Now let's add a space, a dash, another space, and include the file's last modified date. I'll also add date underscore in front of the last modified date. You can change the date format anytime by going to the Settings menu and then to Date and Time Format. Let's click Preview to see how the files will be renamed before making any changes. Now that the new file names have been generated, we can use Rename from Preview to rename all of the files significantly faster, since all that's left is to rename the actual files. I'm going to leave this off for now, so you can see how fast it renames without it. Let's enable the Create Backup option so you can see how it works. Then click the Rename button. The files have now been renamed, and a backup folder has been created with the original file names. To show how fast it works, I'll clear the list, then drop in a folder that contains 10,000 images and videos. I will go into the folder containing those files so you can watch them get processed and then hit Rename. And just like that, the files have been renamed. It's extremely fast. In the Images tab, Dynamic Renamer can extract image-specific details like resolution, dimensions, and more. Let's drop in some images. They're currently named A, B, C, and so on. We'll rename them as Promotion 1, Promotion 2, etc., and include width and height. This is really useful if you're running ads and want to make sure your images meet the platform's requirements. Hit Rename, and it's done. Now let's clear the list and try other placeholders like resolution, camera model, camera make, and date taken. Just keep in mind, your images need to contain this metadata for it to be included in the file name. Let's click Rename, and that's it. The images are renamed. Next, let's look at the Auto Name feature. This uses built-in AI to automatically generate a name for your images. It's completely free to use because it runs locally on your machine. The speed at which names are generated depends on your computer. To use it, go to Settings, click Auto Name, and then Download Model. This may take a little time, depending on your internet speed. Once it's installed, you'll have the option to delete it if you no longer need it, to clear space on your computer. Click OK. Now the Auto_Name button is enabled. Let's click it and then press Rename. The images have now been renamed using AI-generated descriptions. I'm going to open each image so you can see them. Here's the one that has been renamed, a red poppy flower in the middle of a field. This one has been renamed, a small bird perched on a branch. And this one, a cat sitting on top of a pillow. Dynamic Renamer also allows you to optimize images by reducing their file size. This is perfect when uploading images to a website because smaller files mean faster loading times. To reduce the image size, you can remove metadata, which is hidden information like the date, location, and camera details that you often don't need. By default, the quality reduction is set to 10%, which is usually not noticeable to the human eye. You can increase or decrease this value as needed. The more you reduce the quality, the smaller the file size will be. Let's significantly reduce the image size without changing its name. We'll set the quality reduction to 70%, then add current_name so the name stays the same, and press Rename. Here's the before and after file size. Even with 70% reduction, there's barely any difference in quality. In the Emails tab, Dynamic Renamer can pull key details from each email, like the sender, subject, or date, and use that information to rename your files. It works with both .message and .ml files. .message files are usually from Outlook, while .ml files are commonly used by Thunderbird. Let's drag in a folder that contains an email from Outlook and an email from Thunderbird. We'll rename them using this structure. The date the email was received, dash, the last name of who the email was from, the word to, space, the last name of who the email was to, dash, and the email subject. Click Rename. And just like that, the files are renamed using the information from inside the emails. Keep in mind that you can change the date format within settings. In the Other tab, you can change the text case of file names and search and replace specific characters or words during renaming. Let's see this in action by dropping a single file into the Renamer. We'll keep the current file name by going to the General tab and clicking the current_name button. We will now apply web best practices by converting the file name to lowercase and replacing the underscores with dashes. This makes the file name cleaner, easier to read, more consistent, and better optimized for web use, including SEO and sharing. Click Rename, and you will see the file updated with a new name. Thanks for watching this walkthrough of Dynamic Renamer. You could try the tool for free at dynamicrenamer.com. If you have any questions or feature suggestions, feel free to reach out or leave them in the comments. We are always improving the software based on your feedback.